Hello and welcome to Talk Ag to Me, the podcast dedicated to improving ag literacy around the globe. I'm your host, Brennan Black, and happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Once again, we're here at the World Ag Expo for the third and final day of the World Ag Expo, and it's really exciting because we only have a few more interviews I want to get done, and then we basically have the rest of the day just go and check out the rest of the show, get some good coverage on some awesome stuff, and talk to some great people. So we're going to get it done. I've got a couple interviews here. I'm actually here a little bit early. It's about 8 o'clock right now, and the farm show doesn't open for another hour or so, but I wanted to get some interviews done before all the people get here. And I had a couple vendors request I specifically do that. So yeah, we have Pavilion E right here. We're going to make our way back here a little bit later to talk to the Bulldog UAV guys. So we're going to come back and talk to them. We're going to go back and talk to New Holland, hopefully. We got quite a few interviews planned out for today, so hopefully we can get all that done. I'm here at the Container Canopies booth. I've been talking about these guys all week, and I finally got an interview with them. They've been really busy, so we finally got some time. It's early in the morning, nobody's shown up yet, so it's probably the best time to do it. So yeah, these two young ladies are going to tell us a little bit about the company, about the World Ag Expo we've seen so far, what they liked about it. And Jim is here from New Zealand. She's going to talk about her American experience a little bit too, because we kind of cultured here while she's here. So how you guys doing today?
Good. Awesome. Ready for day 3.
Good.
It's exciting.
So what can you tell us about the Container Canopies company?
Well, they were originally based out of New Zealand, which is why Jeff is here. They've been in business for around 30 years. We've been in the States now for about 2 years. We've worked in the container business for quite some time, and this was kind of us taking it to the next level here in the States. Yeah.
Cool. So what can you guys tell me about how this whole thing got started?
I think my dad, we live in New Zealand, so my dad has had a history of shipping containers for about 30 years. So he's been like back and forth in China a lot of the time, also in the States a lot of the time, and also a company in New Zealand like when I was a little girl. And then I think Declan came over, and Declan has had a history with shipping containers.
Yeah, he's been in shipping containers as long as I can remember. So, and then these two met up a few years back.
Well, it's a big, like the Canopies are a big market, and big market in New Zealand and Australia. So I think Declan came over and they saw the opportunity that there could be for the States. So we thought, let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's back in heaven.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was talking about when I first met you guys, it's kind of a simple idea in theory. It's covered to keep things protected from weather, and you can just do. It's pretty practical use, but it's something that you don't really see a whole lot here, at least in California. I'm not sure if other states are getting behind this because they have more weather issues than we do. But yeah, no, it's such a it's a simple idea, but it's so cool to see that somebody actually went out and did it and it being so popular.
Yeah. Finally, yeah. As well, you go around and you see like tractors and trailers just sitting outside.
Right.
Yeah, and as well as in Southern California, I mean, in many places, containers are in huge supply. Everybody has containers, and they need it to store their equipment, and now you've got an entire structure. You can park your, RVs, tractors, what have you, underneath here. So, yeah, simple idea, and it's very useful.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, you guys can kind of see the background there. They've been making deals all morning, and for the past 3-4 days, they've been talking to people nonstop about this thing, so it's awesome. So, in terms of, this is your guys' first World Ag Expo, correct? You guys have been before?
Yeah.
This
So-
is our first one.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what do you think so far of the show itself, and of being exhibitors here and kind of getting to talk to people, and you're marketing your product here? How's it been?
I think it's been great.
Yeah.
The best part about it is, involving ourselves in a community like this, we kind of get to pick people's brains and figure out exactly what it is that they're looking for, questions that they have as far as the product, their needs. So it really just kind of expands our knowledge of, getting into this kind of market and how people can utilize it, which is great.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Can we expect you guys here next year?
Yes.
I hope so, yeah.
And many more.
Great. Yeah, no, glad to hear it. So besides the booth itself, what about the World Ag Expo have you guys gotten to experience? What have you liked so far? Has there been anything cool you've seen?
We did peach cobbler yesterday.
We found the peach cobbler in the line dancing.
We did some line dancing. Yeah, it was awesome. It was fun.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
That's
Otherwise, we probably need to do a bit of a walk around today because we've just been sitting here pretty much both days just trying to go hard and trying to network as much as we can and meet everyone else and what they've got. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, which is great that you guys have been busy. But I mean, hopefully today will be a little bit of a easier day for you guys to walk around. Yeah, because last day's usually pretty slow. A lot of people, especially because it's raining, nobody wants to walk around today. So you guys might not be quite as busy, which kind of sucks for your dads, but it's great for you guys.
I think the sales are done.
I think
Yeah.
we're good to go.
Yeah, I think
Worst
you
case
guys-
scenario, we've got a shelter for everybody to come hang out.
And I think you guys made some pretty good progress in
absolutely.
the last couple days. So yeah, no, that's awesome.
I think, sorry, just to add
you're
in,
fine.
I think it's exciting as well because, you know, I've done some promo work in the last few years, but never anything like this in terms of it's our dad's company. So it's really cool to help promote something that you're a part of and you actually really care about the company and you really know the ins and outs of it and you know how hard they've really worked for it. And so I think that's just like one of the most
Enjoyable parts.
and really rewarding as well. Like it's just super exciting
Yeah, that's
for us.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to, assume you were talking to a consumer or someone from the public who doesn't really know what you guys do, what would you want them to take away from your booth here today and what you guys are all about?
I would say the simplicity of it, really. I mean, the best part about it is as far as installation, I mean, her and I have done this. It's pretty straightforward. You know, it's a temporary structure, which is great for a lot of people, you know, and just as far as working with us, it being a family-related company, I mean, it's really great to kind of bring people in and have that relationship with them.
Yeah. And I think it's incredible. I think a lot of people don't really, understand that something this big can happen with just, a few people.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much been built from the ground up from, your guys' dads and then you guys stepping in and helping them out. So it's kind of cool to see, just 4 people running this whole thing. So that's pretty exciting. Is there anything else you want to add or?
We're happy to be here. It's been really great talking to people. No, it's been a great experience.
Yeah.
Everybody's been really kind and open and communicative, and it's been really, really enjoyable. It's flown by because we've been having so much fun with it.
Yeah, especially going from like New Zealand because I did the field days, which is kind of like the same thing, Agriculture Expo, say in New Zealand, and it's a bit like this, the same kind of layout, the same sort. But I almost think that the national anthems are.
All right, sorry about that. We got interrupted by honoring our nation, and it's just like an American to come foreigner over here. So
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead and continue your thoughts.
No, I was just saying because the field days last year in New Zealand, it's a bit the same. However, obviously much more organised here. But the people here are so nice, and it's so exciting to really see how, I don't know, like it's
Accepting they are.
It's so exciting. It's very much the same, very much more organised, but everyone's so nice. I don't really know.
No, it's true though. They're very enthusiastic. Everybody comes over here and like, this is a great idea, and where are you guys from? And
It's such a cool thing to be a part of, and the fact that everything's kind of the same here as well. Like everything's very connected. I don't really know what I'm trying to say that out. But it's cool. It's really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love most about the World Bike Expo. Just everyone has such a passion for what's going on here that they're always willing to go and help out other exhibitors and go see what they're doing. And it doesn't matter if they're doing the exact same thing; they want to see how they do it differently. They want to give them ideas.
Exactly.
And it's really cool to see the whole community work together here.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
So well, if you guys have anything else you want to add on, then great. If not, I think that's all the questions I have for you guys.
Come get your canopy.
You
know where to find
come
us.
hang out when it's raining.
Yeah, we're based out of Long Beach, so.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be sure to link you guys' information into the episode. You guys can check them out, and they're great people. They're great to talk to. So even if you don't buy anything from them, just have a conversation with them. They're really fun. So,
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brandon.
Of course.
Yeah.
It was so cool to meet you as well.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of fun. We'll have to stay in touch.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we need to?
You guys say we're in a drought. So we're approaching the My Job Depends on NAG booth, possibly for the last time of the expo. Makes me sad, but all good things must come to an end. So I'm gonna see if I can get Eric Bream to talk to us for a little bit about what's going on, and that might be the last time we see them for a while. So I'm here once again at the My Job Depends on Ag booth talking to Eric Bream. Nice to finally catch him. I haven't seen him in person since our debacle with the mayor so many months ago. So he's here to talk to us a little bit about the booth, about what's going on at the World Bike Expo, and what he hopes to get out of this experience. So.
Well, the World Ag Expo is always a great thing. For My Job Depends on Ag. This is the 4th year we've been here. It's great to meet people that we've met through the page that come by. Students that we just talked to some students a while back, earlier this morning, that have been helped through our scholarship fund. And it's nice to see that some of the giving back that we're doing is actually helping, and seeing it in person. It's a great thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm really glad to hear about that. So have you seen a lot of activity at this booth? I imagine you have.
Yeah, it was raining earlier this morning, so it got a little slower, but it seems to be coming in waves. so yeah, we might have a few people in and out, and then all of a sudden we have 100 people kind of stacked up. So.
And that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool. So what have you seen so far out of this expo that's been pretty unique to you?
You know, I've spent most of my time here. I haven't had a chance to go out and walk around. So, but really, again, I go back to the point. It's nice to see, put a name to a face with people and talk to them and talk about some of the things that we're doing. It's exciting. So,
Definitely.
yeah.
No, for sure. Is there anything you want to talk about as far as the docu-series is going? That's a pretty hot topic right now.
Yeah, it's been exciting. We've been working on this for quite a while. The ideas kind of evolved over time, but we finally were able to get it put together. We filmed a pilot episode a few months ago and got that, and were able to partner with PBS and 1830 Entertainment to do this. And so we're hopeful that we can reach a wide audience with this. And it's really the story behind the television series is really about the group. It's about the My Job Depends on Ag group, and those stories are going to be told by Jeff Aiello through 1830 Entertainment for PBS. So it's important for people to understand that this isn't our show. It's a show about us, which is just as exciting. It's really, so it kind of reaffirms the fact that everybody's story is important, and all of the stories that have been told over the last few years on My Job Depends on Ag, and really this is the next step of getting those stories out to people that need to hear them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm super excited. I know a lot of people are really excited to see this thing unveiled, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
If you were talking to somebody who didn't really know about My Job Depends on Ag, what would you want them to take away from this booth and from your experience in the organization?
Well, really, I think we've identified several issues that are key to the future of agriculture, and I think the biggest one, and it's really what the idea is behind the series, is bridging gaps, building bridges with communities that, historically, we haven't done a good enough job of building those bridges and filling those gaps. So really, I look at it as a huge opportunity to really bridge the gap between urban and rural communities, ag communities, because there's a lot of misunderstandings out there. The last few days I've done several of these kind of interviews, and I always come back to the study that was done recently, or a survey that where 17 million Americans think chocolate milk comes from brown cows, and it just tells me that we have so much work to do, and it's exciting to be a part of being able to to help people understand. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, that's awesome. I'm really excited about it. So I think those are all the questions I have. Anything else you want to add to this interview?
Nope, just look us up on Facebook, or take a look at our website. It's www.myjobdependsonag.com.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
All right.
We're here in the Dairy Pavilion on this wet day, and we're walking around trying to get some coverage on some different animal agriculture style businesses and see what they have to offer for us. And so we're going to see if we can get some people to talk to us. So, all right, so I'm here at the 5G Consulting booth over in the Dairy Pavilion. This gentleman right here is going to talk to us a little bit about what he's all about. So let's go introduce ourselves. How's it going?
What's going on, buddy?
So you can go ahead and just introduce yourself. You take the mic if you want.
Absolutely. What's going on?
about,
Appreciate you guys coming out. No, we're with 5G Consulting. We design dairies all over the world, from Saudi Arabia to California. Long story short, we basically go in, we meet with the farmers, we talk to them, see what their needs are, see if they're gonna, are we retrofitting a barn, or are we, going from, ground up, so we can do it all. Main focuses that we focus on as a company is cow comfort. So when you have a cow, a lot of people don't realize that, well, what are we doing? We're managing byproduct, right? We want milk, and by the way, she's going to give us poop. So, a cow will poop 120 pounds a day. Most people don't even realize that. So when you have a barn that has 300 cows in it, that's a lot of poop. So we got to do something with it. So that's what people call us. We help them manage the byproducts. We help them manage. We want the cow to be safe and happy, all those good things. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, we have to take care of the milk and we have to take care of the poop. And that's what we really specialize in. So
what have you guys gotten out of this, having a booth here today, or what are you hoping to get out of it?
absolutely. Well, we've been coming to this show for decades, really. So, really, two of the main focuses is A, connecting with new farmers, and B, talking to existing farmers that we're already doing things with, so that we can make sure that our product is working for them. So with a new farmer, we want to convince them to modify their barns to get more byproduct, right? Ultimately, that's what we want. We want more byproduct. So it's the end goal. We want more milk. So, for us personally, it's just networking and getting information and talking to farmers, and then, hopefully they just kind of compound on each other, and, we get involved and just help the dairy industry to where everyone is producing as much milk as possible. Because we've learned that over the next 12 years that the world is going to need 308 million more metric tons of milk. A lot. So we've got to get going. Where are they going to get it from, really? America. So that's what we are. We are your dairy engineer. Round up.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. So if you were to talk to a consumer about what you guys are all about, what would you want them to take away from this?
Number one thing is that, number one, cows are not bad. Cows are good. Milk consumption may go down, but we all love cheese, right? So cheese consumption goes up. And how do we get that? Well, we as an engineering company, we want to make cows as comfortable as possible so they're living a great life. There's a low mortality rate, and there's a happy cow out there that's happily producing milk for you. And when you eat that cheeseburger, or you're eating that, drinking that milk, or having a good bowl of cereal, there was a reason how it got from the farm, from the ground up, to your table.
Yeah, I think that's great. I'm really happy you guys are here. That's an awesome project. I really appreciate it from you guys. So is there anything else you want to add to this interview?
Well, no, yeah, we just appreciate you guys stopping by the booth and talking to us. And, ultimately as the consumer, you just need to realize that, cows are important. Without cows, there's a lot of things that are missing. You can look around this whole farm show and you can see that, a cow, with the cow is a farmer, and with the farmer is a tractor, and with the tractor is land. So we need cows. We need more people to realize how important cows are. And we're here to help cows, and ultimately, I'm a big old boy, I like eating. So I want some more cow food, so.
So just last question. For people looking to improve your services, where can they find you?
Oh yeah, we're really easy to find. We're on Facebook. We're also online. You can find us at 5G.com. That's FIVEG.com. And of course, truth be told, is if you just Google dairy consultant, we're number one. We've been doing it for 50 plus years. So.
Great. Glad to hear it. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
So I'm here at the Korral Kool booth right now. I didn't get your name. I'm sorry.
Larry Gordon.
Larry Gordon. He's going to talk to us a little bit about what they do here.
We build cooling equipment for dairy cows. Typically, our customers are in very hot places like around Phoenix.
Okay.
We have many in the Middle East. Our coolers basically put out about 12 different levels of cooling depending on the temperature and humidity. They just manage the environment so that the cows are happy.
Oh, wow.
So they don't lose pregnancies and so that they make more milk.
Right. No, exactly.
Big benefit for the dairies that need to keep their milk production steady. And so we prevent the big losses that used to occur in the summertime
Yeah.
when they didn't have cooling.
That's awesome. So have you guys seen a lot of activity at this booth?
It's been been great.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it. So if you were to talk to a consumer about what you do, what would you want them to take away from this?
Well, one of the big things as far as the consumer is concerned is that it allows milk to be available all times of the year, so you don't go in the summertime when it's very hot.
Right. No, exactly. I think that's great. All right. Well, anything else you want to add on to here?
Happy to meet y'all.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
So I'm currently here at the Genex booth, and I'm going to talk to these guys real quick. I actually ran into them at one of the Fresno career events I went to, and I talked to this very tall gentleman right here, so he's going to be the one explaining a little bit about what they do and why they're here. I think they're a great organization, a great company to talk to, so we're going to get some coverage on them. All right, so if you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself, talk about the booth a little bit.
Hey, Brendan, thank you for stopping by. It's Curtis Montero here with Genex. We are a stud company and a herd care line company as well. We got a whole range of products, but primarily we're looking into the bull semen genetic side of things. We work with customers to promote growth and keep them on the right track. What I like to say is the management nowadays is great, but it's coming down to the elite herd and you need top-of-the-line genetics, and we're here to provide it. One thing working for us, Genex is all about the ideal commercial cow. We're looking for high-producing cows with less health events, less health issues. Primarily, that's what I do. I'm looking at genetic levels in current herds to help them promote in the right direction.
Awesome.
Now we have a whole line of products. We have calcium, we have reveal paint, we have rebound capsules. Getting into the herd care, not just genetic growth, but looking into care and the health, wellness of the animals.
Nice. Glad to hear it.
Okay.
So how's the booth gone so far? It's been busy? You got a lot of attention?
Yeah, so the booth's been good. Today's kind of raining, so we're kind of hoping people are indoors now.
Yeah,
so,
it seems like it.
Yeah, we should get a good run by. So
yeah,
we're
awesome.
getting a good bit of current customers stopping by wanting to come see us, and actually some new customers.
That's great.
Want to know what we're going on, what we're doing. So.
That's awesome. No, glad to hear it.
Thanks.
So if you were to talk to a consumer about what you guys do, what would you want them to take away from your...
Yeah, shoot, it's we want to sell genetics.
Yeah.
That's fine. Bottom line, we want to sell good elite animals and high-producing animals.
Nice.
So I think that's where I'd go.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it. So
awesome.
anything else you want to add to the interview, or...
So thank the World Ag Expo for having us here. Great event, always a good time here. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no, glad to hear it. So real quick, where can they find you if they want to learn more?
Awesome, yeah. Please check out genex.coop online is our website.
Okay. I'll be linking that in the description.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, glad to hear it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Brendan.
So at this booth, they have a virtual reality simulation of a dairy that they are developing. So it's really cool to get to see that. So over there, you can see on the screen what she sees, and she gets to look around and see what's all going on in this dairy schematic. So that's really cool. This is at the Bohnenringer Ingelheim booth. So yeah, that's awesome. I was seeing all kinds of people post about this thing. I never actually got to come and see it myself though, so that's really exciting. So I'm here at the cow manager booth right now. I was just stopped by this young lady over here, so we're going to talk to this gentleman. He's going to tell us a little bit about what they do and why they're here.
Hi Al, you're at the cow manager booth. Cow manager is a company from the Netherlands.
Okay.
We have a product that is an activity system.
Oh,
it's
wow.
like a Fitbit for cows. It's a small device that you can attach to the cow's ear, and it just like a Fitbit, it registers all her movements and also her temperature.
Awesome.
Many of our competitors opt to go with the neckband, but our technology is just as good and a lot easier to apply with this ear device. So all this data gets gathered and gets sent to our server, our cloud-based server in the Netherlands, and we store and analyze it with our algorithms. Depending on what the customer wants to see, we can either alert the customer if a cow's in heat, so she needs to be bred, or if she's sick, like her behavior has changed, she's not eating or ruminating as much anymore.
Okay.
Our latest addition to the cow manager product line is Find My Cow. Iris has a device here. So you can tell one of these devices to make its location known on the dairy, and with the locator device you can scan and it will show you
nice.
different colors on a bar, and the closer you get, the the greener the bar gets. And
Okay.
if you get really close, it actually vibrates and it will timestamp when you found her.
Nice. That's really cool. All right, so have you guys seen a lot of activity at this booth? Got a lot of attention?
Yeah, we find that technology is on many producers' minds. We're still creating some awareness of our product, and the Tulare Ag Show is a great opportunity for that. We do have a customer base already in the United States that
Awesome.
we call upon for testimonials and that actively promote our product. We have a great dealer in the United States, Select Sires, who carries our product in their lineup.
Nice.
And yeah, so far we're happy with how the Ag Show is going here. in
That's
Tulare.
great. No, I'm glad to hear it. So let's say a consumer were to come up and talk to you about what you guys do. What would you want them to take away from this
So
experience?
that technology is definitely taking a greater place in the ag industry, and we are at the forefront of these developments with our device. We give the opportunity to customers and to dairymen mainly to really know what's going on in their herd 24/7. It monitors your cows day and night, and they have all the information they need to manage their herd at their fingertips.
Awesome. No, glad to hear it. Anything else you want to add to this? Those are all the questions I have for you.
No, we're just glad to be here and glad to be part of this great event here in Tulare, California, and we hope to be back next year.
Glad to hear it. So if anyone wanted to find more information on you guys, where could they find you?
You can go to our website. It's www.cowmanager.com, or you can see your local Select Sires representative for more information.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
One of the things I've noticed as I walk around this dairy pavilion is a lot of these companies are focused on making the cows comfortable. And this is a huge deal in the dairy industry. It's something that a lot of people tend to overlook is the cows have to be comfortable in order to produce the quality milk that they produce and in order to produce quality byproducts. So it's really important that we focus on keeping those cows comfy and keeping them happy and just focusing on getting those byproducts as high quality as possible. So that's one of the things I've noticed is walking around, everyone's focused on making the cow comfortable and getting them, easy to work with and not stress out a lot. So, all right, so I just came up to the Strauss Feeds booth here, and this gentleman has been talking to me about what they do, and so I'm going to let him take the reins because I don't really want to talk for him, but yeah, it seems like a really cool operation, and they're covering an issue that I think is a pretty big one right now in agriculture, so I want him to kind of explain to you guys what exactly he does and why he does it. So, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to our audience here and talking about what you do here.
Sure. Yeah. Good morning, Brendan. Thank you for the time this morning. I'm Dale Bakke. I work for Strauss Feeds. We're out of Watertown, Wisconsin. So
Nice.
we're basically taking dairy ingredients, whey powder, whey protein concentrate, skim milk powder, blending these together to make infant formula for young animals. An awful lot of that infant formula goes back to calves.
Yeah.
So we're feeding a lot of dairy calves that are either going to the beef production stream, or heifers are going to go back into the dairy production stream.
Great.
We're also involved in milk-fed veal production.
Nice.
Milk-fed veal is a young calf that's fed about 600 pounds of milk powder and some solid feed and raised up to a market weight of about 500 pounds.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So have you gotten a bit of attention here at this Expo, or has it been a little bit slow?
We've had some attention. It's I guess been a little slower than I'd like to see, but I can't complain. The weather hasn't cooperated very well here today.
That's been a little rough.
Very wet morning, so
Yes, that's for sure.
kept the crowds down. So.
Yeah, no, that's always the hardest part. So what would you say is the best part about what you do here?
Best part about what I do here, well, it's just fun meeting farmers, meeting producers, and getting a chance to talk farm.
Nice. What are you hoping to get out of having your booth here? Or have you already gotten something out of being here this week?
Our goal of being here, of course, is just to raise the profile of our company and what we do and our products, and make consumers and our farmers aware of what we do.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So if a consumer were to come talk to you about what you do, what would you want them to take away from your booth?
We want them to be aware that we're providing a product for young animals, right, to raise those calves healthily, allow the farmer to sell his milk, human consumption, have a quality product for them to raise a healthy calf.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So if anyone wanted to learn more information about what you do, where could they find you?
They can find us at StraussFeeds.com.
Glad to hear it. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks, Brendan.
we're continuing on here through the Dairy Pavilion, and there's just all kinds of great tech companies and nutritional companies, and they're doing all kinds of great things here. I'm really glad to see all these great companies here just, cooperating. And I was talking to that gentleman over the last booth I was just at, and he made a really good point. He said that he was from Wisconsin, and I made a joke about how he's our competitors in the dairy industry, and he said, no, I think California and Wisconsin are complements to each other. We all need to work together on this thing and make sure the dairy industry thrives as a whole. I think it's a really good message to take away from. I mean, that's one of the things I like to advocate for quite a bit, is just people, working together for the same goal, just making sure that agriculture gets promoted in the best way possible. And so, yeah, I'm really glad to hear that there are other farmers out there that believe the same thing I do, and that we're not all just trying to compete for, the best product, the best prices, which I think is great, but it also needs to be important that we all communicate and that we all are on the same page and how things should be done and how we should communicate to the public about what exactly we're doing. So we're going to go around here and talk to a few more people, see if we can get a couple more interviews, and yeah, I think we're going to call it a day here pretty quickly. So we're just exiting the Dairy Pavilion here, and we're walking towards, I think we're going to go to New Holland and see if George is there to do an interview with. If not, we might make our way over to either My Job Depends on Ag or the Rachy Brothers booth and see if we can get some coverage with them. It is awfully windy out here today, so the audio might not be all that great, but it seems like it's starting to settle down. I'm glad it's not raining anymore, which is ironic because we need the rain here, but not today. Got too much to do today. So yeah, we're gonna walk through here and see if we can find anybody else to talk to. I really don't have a whole lot of more interviews I really need to get because I did a good amount of coverage while I was walking around this week. So yeah, it's great to be out here and to see a beautiful day. Look at that sky. We get to see all kinds of nice and awesome people and talk to some great businessmen and just learn a whole lot about the ag industry and what's going on today. So I'll see you guys whenever we get to the next person. We're walking towards Pavilion D right now. Apparently it's Pavilion D, not E, that the Bulldog was in, so I was mistaken. But we're heading towards that way right now. It's actually starting to warm up quite a bit. Still a little windy, still a little chilly, but it's a lot warmer than it was, and it's definitely not raining anymore. It's a beautiful day. I mean, look at this. It's great to see all this. So yeah, we're making our way over there. We'll be there shortly, and then we'll get some interviews out, and yeah, it'll be good. So we're currently here in Pavilion D. It's very mechanically based on all kinds of different ag tech and ag mechanics based companies here, which is awesome. We're going to go around here and just look around for a little bit. We're going to see if we can find the Bulldog stand once again and go talk to them. It looks like it's right over there. We're going to make our way over here and finally get to talk to these people that we did an episode on a couple weeks ago. So it'll be a lot of fun. And there we are, approaching the Bulldog UAV stand. Alright, so I'm here at the Ultravance booth. We're going to be looking at this Bulldog UAV. And Steve Smith here, the guy that we just did an episode with not too long ago.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. The guy we just did an episode with not too long ago is here. He's going to tell us a little bit about the drone, a little bit about how business has been, about the World Ag Expo, and just, what the future holds for this company. So, how's it going, Steve?
Hey, good, Brendan. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. You can hold that.
You want me to hold this then?
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to hear you if I hold this?
I'll talk a little bit louder, but yeah, we'll make it work.
Okay, good.
So, how have things been? How's the booth going?
Good. The show's been great. First day we were swamped.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yesterday, not quite so bad, but today has been really good this morning.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. So, what can you tell us so far about Ultravance, about the Bulldog UAV? I mean, anything you want to let our audience know about?
Okay. Well, I mean, we designed this plane specifically for ranchers. You and I talked, a couple of weeks or a week or so ago, and so it was designed because people kept asking for a certain kind of an aircraft that wasn't available. And today, ranchers are sending their ranchers out for hours at a time looking to find stray cattle, see if they have cattle that are under stress, see if gates are open or closed, if there's water in the gate, and so forth. So this plane was designed specifically to do those jobs much faster, much easier, and to do it every day, repeatedly, over and over, so that they don't waste time.
That's awesome. So has there been a lot of interest in the drone? Have anybody offered to buy it, or has that interest in trying it out, or?
So, I've been doing this kind of work for 25 years. I've never sold anything at a trade show. Believe it or
Really?
not, never. Huh. And so, but it's all about the questions that people are asking, and do they have a need, and do they identify it? If they recognize they have a need, whether they do or not. And at this show, there have been dozens.
That's awesome.
So it'll take some time, and then once one person implements it and they start using it, the neighbors see,
Yeah.
it'll grow.
Yeah, it'll grow pretty quickly. I have no doubt about that. So if somebody were to come up here and had no idea, about drones or about what your drone did, what would you want them to take away from your booth?
That we fly farther, we fly longer, and it's very easy to maintain and easy to learn how to operate. And it does a lot of things, a variety of jobs. So some aircraft are very specific, and they'll only do one or two things. Ours is very versatile, and they'll do dozens of different jobs.
That's awesome.
From crop health to airborne mapping, three-dimensional mapping to, aerial reconnaissance.
Great. So you said that this is the first product that Ultravance has actually produced. You're usually in the drone consulting business. Has your unveiling been everything you hoped it would be?
Oh yeah, it's been good. We've had a lot of interest. It's a great show, and so it's been a lot of fun, and it's been perfect for what we need.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it. So is there anything else you want us to know about? Anything that our audience should know about you, about Ultravance, about the drone?
No, I would just say I would put a good word in for Talk Acre, because I think Brendan Black does a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So if anyone want to learn more about your project, where could they find you?
So the best place to go is Bulldog. It's spelled just like the dog. B as in Baker, ULLDOG, Bulldog, at ultravance.com.
Okay.
ULTRAV as in Victor, ANCE.com. So Bulldog at ultravance.com.
Awesome. All right. I'll put that in my description. I'll be sending some people your way. I appreciate your time.
Hey, thanks, Brian.
So I'm here with Matt Rosa, the current state FFA president. He's going to talk to us a little bit about FFA organization, booth here today, and the World Ag Expo as a whole. So how are you feeling today, Matt?
Doing great, Brendan. Thank you for having me. Like you mentioned, we're here at the World Ag Expo in the College and Careers Agricultural Education Center. I'm here with my 5 teammates actually, and we're just talking about FFA, talking with lots of members, supporters of the organization, and just having a great time here. We're selling some ag license plates. Those are still available. We're giving those out for free. Just license plates to support the future of agricultural education through FFA. We're also accepting some small donations here at the Ag Expo. We have some small t-shirts in return, agricultural education shirts. They list all the agricultural commodities grown in the state of California. It's just a small fundraiser to support FFA members across our state through leadership conferences, helping them with their projects. And more recently, we ran our Give the Gift of Blue fundraiser, which is when we donate blue jackets to over 74 members across our state. So again, we're here at the World Ag Expo, having a great time, and thank you for having me again, Brendan.
Awesome. So real quick, before I turn it off here, let's say someone comes to your booth and doesn't know what FFA is. What would you want them to take away from FFA, from the booth, from you as a state officer? What message would you want to leave them with?
Well, one of the biggest things that we're doing here is just promoting a positive image of FFA in agricultural education. So for people, when they come up to us and say, hey, what's that blue jacket that you're wearing? We just explain what we're doing. We're promoting the future of agriculture. All of our students are enrolled in agricultural education classes at high school. And we also teach leadership through FFA events. We've done lots of leadership conferences. We actually have a couple here this weekend. And so we promote the future of agriculture by creating new leaders for it. And that's what FFA is.
Awesome. Great. Thanks for the interview. Thank you for your time. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I've been going around saying my final goodbyes to a lot of the vendors, exhibitors, and people I've been hanging out with and talking to this whole week. It's been a really great experience. Been very, very fun, very educational. I learned a lot. It's kind of hard to say goodbye to some of these guys because I won't see them for probably another year. It's heavy on the heart, but it's awesome that I made so many connections. It's been a great expo so far. I've met amazing people, seen so many amazing things, and learned so much. And I really hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. I'm really glad we got to talk to Eric Bream and Eric Wilson and Steve Malanka and just all those great people over at the My Job Depends on Ag booth. We got to go talk to all the education booth people and a bunch of different the pavilion vendors. So that was really cool. So I'm really glad that we got to do all that coverage. Really hope you guys are enjoying, and we're going to do a couple more interviews here, and that might be it for our experience here at the World Ag Expo. And there you have it. That is it for the last day of the World Ag Expo. What a great week. Man, we had such great interviews, so many great people. We saw amazing inventions and technology and products that are coming out. I'm so excited for the future of agriculture and for the future of this show. And just, it was so awesome to have this opportunity to get to go talk to all these vendors and meet all these people, make all these networking connections, and it was just incredible. An experience I'll never forget. So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I appreciate everything my supporters do for me, all my audience. You guys are great. You know, keep up the good work out there. Continue the conversation, and I'll more than likely have an episode recapping the whole farm show, doing an overview, maybe having some bloopers. So make sure you look out for that, and don't forget, if you ate today, thank a farmer.